How y'all doing, good people? Yeah, I'm back at it again. I'm out here getting some of this vitamin D in. Let me get y'all in a good light so y'all can see me. I'm out here getting this vitamin D in, man, just enjoying this beautiful Sunday afternoon. And I said to myself, man, this financial freedom thing is amazing. I love it. More people need to get to their freedom. More people need to come join me. I live in this beautiful place, quiet. Was it worth it? Was it worth going through the financial pain to get to this end result? Yeah, it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. All the financial sacrifices I made over the years, delayed gratification. Was it worth this? This beautiful, look at that beautiful view, man. How can you beat that? Quiet. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Let me get y'all in some better light here. So yeah, man, I'm just reminiscing on the last 20 years. Last 20 years of running hard, building wealth to get to what? My end result. To get to what? My pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. More y'all need to come join me, man. More y'all need to get yourself in a position where you can do the things that are most important to you. I thank goodness. Matter of fact, I thank God that I paid the price. I thank God that I delayed gratification, kept taking this money that I was earning, putting it in assets to build wealth, and then ultimately getting to financial freedom. Because this financial freedom thing feels good, man. It feels good. It feels good to be able to wake up in the morning and just do whatever you want to do without any financial pressure on yourself. But that just doesn't happen. You gotta pay the financial price if you want that for your life. Good news is, if you want it for your life, you can have it. You can have it. It takes a special commitment, though. It takes a special commitment from you in order to have the lifestyle you want. It takes a special commitment. But listen, man, what was the special commitment I made? The special commitment was to do what? Earn, keep what I earn, and then multiply what I kept. That was the commitment I had to make to myself. And since I made that commitment, I get to do this in this beautiful place that I live in. I'm in the dream home, right? I was able to go watch my daughter, my youngest daughter, yesterday. She runs track and pretty doggone good. She also plays volleyball. Pretty doggone good. So she's an athlete. But I went yesterday to check her out, track meet. She runs the 100 and the 200 meters. She won her heat in the 100, came in second in the 200. But it's so nice to be able to be out there all day long, not a financial worry in the world, and just enjoy her out there having fun and competing, knowing that there's no pressure on her. She just has to do well in school, and she can go to whatever college she want to go to. She can become anything she wants to become. And see, I'm setting that example for her, right? I'm setting an example. Because see, you got to understand something, guys. Our children, they're not going to do what we tell them to do. They're going to do what they see us do. So if I'm modeling the behaviors I want my child to adapt, I better be modeling the right behaviors, right? Now, none of us are perfect. We all We all make mistakes from time to time. But my point is this. If you want your children, your family, to model certain behaviors, you better model them. You can't tell them. You got to do it because they're going to do what they see you do, not what you tell them to do. And I've learned that over the years. See, that's how it was when I was watching my mother raise 3 children. I just watched her and what she did. And that's where I picked up a lot of the behaviors I needed to have in my life from my mom, just watching her. Just see how she worked her tail off to raise 3 kids, pretty much by herself, with some help from her family. But just single mom, did it all, paid the price, so that I could stand here and talk with you guys about financial freedom, because she set the example for me. Now, we didn't have much money. Nobody in my family had much money. But I come from a family of hard workers, though. People who don't mind working. They didn't mind getting out there and earning a living. They worked hard. Problem is, we just didn't have any type of history with wealth. Because there was no wealth. You know, not financially. There was a wealth of love, right? We had that. But when it came to money, there wasn't much. Definitely wasn't no assets. Pretty much everything we had were liabilities. But I watched my mom, with what little money she had, sacrifice everything for her children. See, she didn't tell me she sacrificed anything. I saw her sacrifice. I saw that. So when I became an adult, I said to myself, you know something, Richard, you're 26. You can go down that path of not having nothing, or you can go down this path where you'll have everything. And I'm not talking about money, guys. You can have everything. And I took the path of having everything. Money was just a part of it. Financial freedom was just a part of it. But without the financial freedom, I don't get to do the things that I do in my life right now. I don't get to help you guys if I don't have financial freedom. Why? Because I'd be out there working for somebody. I got to take care of myself. I wouldn't have any assets. So I wouldn't have been able to just leave a corporate job in 2020 and go out on my own and do my own thing. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have never been able to get this YouTube channel started. Not the way I wanted to get it started. I wouldn't have been able to do that without financial freedom. That's why I tell y'all guys, financial freedom is about you putting yourself in a position where you can go out and chase your passions and your purpose in life. That's what the freedom gives you. That's what it gave me. It gave me the ability to be able to do that. And what great gift to give yourself, financial freedom. I mean, why would you want to give yourself financial freedom? I think we all do. We all want it. Question is, are you willing to pay the price to get it? A lot of people ain't. A lot of people don't want to pay that price. I paid it. I continue to pay it because I want the lifestyle. I want the lifestyle. I want what the lifestyle allows me to be able to do, which is chase my passions and my purpose. I love waking up in the morning and being able to do whatever I want to do for how long I want to do it. I love that. I love coming out here in the afternoons, sitting right over there on my patio, looking at this beautiful view out here, this vastness, looking at this view, right? From time to time, putting my pinky toe in the pool. I'm not a big pool guy. I got a pool and a jacuzzi, but I'm not a big water guy. But I love looking at it. I love sticking my big toe in it. And from time to time, I'll get in. But it's just about the choices, man. It's about the freedom. It's about the time. That's what it's all about for me, man. More y'all need to get this. But you got to put a plan together and you got to execute that plan in order to get this. Not what I got, but what you want. Forget what I want. It's what you want. But if you don't have a plan to execute to get it, you won't get it. That's the point. You won't get it. You just won't get it. I've been on this whole wealth transfer mindset, right? For 2024. That's all I think about is this wealth transfer blueprint. And how can I communicate this to people so that they can see the vision, so that they can copy my plan or come up with their own blueprint and get to their freedom. Get more time, more choices, more freedom in their life. Get yourself from under the thumb of financial pressure from either a boss or a bill collector, whoever it is. Get yourself from under that thumb. But the only way you get yourself from under that thumb is you got to build some wealth. You got to take your money that you earn, your active income, and you got to plow it into investments. You got to plow it into investments. The big three: real estate for income, businesses, paper assets. That's where it's at, man. You got to earn, keep earning, keep what you earn, and then keep multiplying it till you get to your objective, your financial objective. I did a live stream this morning where we talked about the 5 pillars of financial prosperity. Go check it out, man. It's up on the YouTube channel where I walk you guys through the 5 pillars of financial prosperity. And these are the pillars that you should be identifying in your life and you should be living by. A couple days ago, I did another video about the 5 levels of wealth. See, guys, these are the things you need to be hanging your hat on and listening to and living by if you want to get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I do these videos like that for you guys. I'm at my pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Now it's time for me to give back. My recommendation is get out there on the YouTube channel and definitely take a look at those 2 videos. You may have to go to my live streams. It won't be under my regular videos, but you got, your regular videos, you have shorts, and then you got live streams, or it'll just say live. Click on that live, because that's where I'm every day. I got a live I'm doing every day, every morning. Every morning I'm doing a live, and it's going to be tailored to some type of information that you can start building your plan with. And the last 2 that I've done, 5 pillars of financial prosperity, 5 levels of wealth, critical, guys. Critical information that you need to go out and take a look at to hang your hat on and be able to get you through what it's going to take in order to get to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I've gotten a ton of emails from you guys over the last couple of days about my wealth transfer blueprint. I mean, a ton of emails, a couple hundred emails easily. Hey man, send me that video where you're talking about those 3 wealth transfer assets that you're buying, that you're going to be buying for the next 10 years. I want to copy your plan. And you know something? That's great, man. And what do? I say thank you for watching the channel, supporting the channel, and I send them the video. And all you got to do is watch that video and dive in. That's all you got to do. Watch that video and dive in. And if you're looking for a brokerage app that you want to use to be able to buy these paper assets, go down to the description box, click on that Moo link. Moo's going to give you up to 15 free stocks. They're going to give you up to 15 free stocks, guys, for just using their brokerage app. I use their brokerage app. That's the one I'm using. That's my primary brokerage app that I'm using in 2024 to transfer wealth to myself and my family. through paper assets. They're going to give you 5 free stocks if you put $100 in that account when you open it. They're going to give you 15 free stocks if you put $1,000 in that account when you open it. And then you're ready to go, man. You're ready to blast off. You're ready to get on this rocket ship to financial freedom. It ain't got that many seats left. Ain't got that many seats. And the reason they don't need a lot of seats because a lot of people ain't gonna pay the price to get there. So the rocket ship only has a handful of seats because only a handful of people are gonna pay the price. Most people are not gonna pay the price. They're just not gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. Too much financial pain. They still in the matrix. They got the matrix in here. The matrix is messing them up. That 1% matrix I talk about in all my live streams, every single day I talk to you guys about the matrix. It's real. Most people are caught up in that matrix. They can't get out of it. They don't know how to get out of it. That's the reason why I'm doing these live streams over the last several days. 5 pillars of financial prosperity, 5 levels of wealth. These are tools you got to use in order to free yourself from the matrix. You better have some type of tool to use that you can start planning your life around, living your life through. And those 5 pillars of financial prosperity, them 5 levels of wealth, you can start living your life by. See, in order to get to financial freedom, guys, you're going to have to change this thing between your 2 ears. See these 2 ears? There's something that sits between them 2 ears. I call it a filter system, AKA your brain. But I call it the filter system. Why? Because whatever comes into that thing, that filter system, guess what the filter system's gonna push out? Whatever comes in. So if I'm around here trapped in the matrix, listening to all this propaganda from the mainstream media, listening to all these people on social media who don't have my best interest at heart, if that's all I'm absorbing, that's what's going to come out your filter system. If you're sitting around wanting to be entertained 24 hours a day, anytime you run across some controversy or entertainment that probably ain't no good for you, not mentally it ain't. It probably ain't no good for you. But if that's all you want to listen to and that's all you want to see, guess what? You ain't going to get the wealth. I was talking to 2 of my older daughters. 2 of my oldest daughters. They're going to be, and I'm going to give you guys an update on the Prime Real Estate Fund, and I'm going to give you an update on the website before I end this live. But I was talking to them this morning. We were on a 3-way call because they're helping me with the website and some other things. And they were telling me about, we were talking about TikTok, actually. I was like, man, you know, I don't know nothing about TikTok. I can't really, yeah, if I ain't jumping around and jumping off a diving board and acting crazy, ain't nobody gonna watch you on TikTok. I said, so I ain't finna do all of that. So TikTok is probably not my thing. And they said, no, I'm gonna tell you, this girl, this lady, she got on TikTok and she was talking about her failed relationship. And she did like a, I don't know, 10-part series, a 5-part series, I don't know. Whatever it was, whoever this lady was just walking people through on TikTok about this failed relationship. And this lady was like an unknown person. And then all of a sudden, people started watching it. And overnight, 2, 3, 4 days, she was over 1 million people following, and all the way up. And that's what people want to see, though. And I'm not knocking this young lady. And I don't think that's I think that is a incredible story to tell. But when you got 15 million people watch that, that's entertainment. You know, when you have 15 million people just want to watch you talk about a failed relationship, I don't get it. Personally, I don't get it. I don't get it. This her failed relationship. What does that got anything to do with your relationships? What does that have anything to do with building wealth? But that's what we want to do. We're consumed with entertainment. And that's why a lot of people don't get to their wealth. They will spend hours upon hours on social media intrigued by someone else's life, but don't do anything about their own life. You'll spend all these hours on TikTok watching this lady's life, her tell you about her life. You'll invest all that time into her life. but you invest no time in your life. That's crazy to me, man. That's crazy, but that's where we're at. That's why I keep telling you, on this rocket ship to financial freedom, there ain't many seats because many people are not going to give up the matrix. They're not going to give up their entertainment. They're not going to give up their instant gratification. They're just not going to do it. They won't do it. They will not give it up. That's why I say the rocket ship ain't going to have many seats. There are only a few people that going to get on that rocket ship to financial freedom. Are you one of those people? Are you going to be able to control and do whatever you want to do in the morning when you wake up at some point in your life? Or are you going to always be controlled by who pays you? Because that's really who controls your financial life, whoever pays you. Whoever pays you controls it, guys. If you pay yourself, then you control it. See, I control my own financial life because I pay me. I pay me through my assets. I pay me through my high income skill set. I don't work for anyone, no woman, no man, not anymore. I did for many years. But the goal was I would not do that for the rest of my life. And thank God I paid the price. I paid the financial price. And now I get to do whatever I want to do. I get to sit out here on a Sunday afternoon, quiet as I don't know what out here, man. You don't hear nothing but nature, birds, a little bit of wind, just nature, nothing else. Now, there are days out here where you hear more than nature. You hear the lawnmower guys, you hear golfers out on the golf course, but for right now, just so serene, so peaceful. Sit out here, turn your music on, whatever music you like listening to. I like listening to a collection of different music. And I got it all on my playlist. I just turn that thing on and I just lose myself in freedom. I just lose myself in financial freedom, guys. Ain't nothing like it. The only thing that comes close to this, the only thing, and I'm not talking about my family, I'm not talking about my relationship with God. I'm just talking about that rush that I get running out of a football stadium. Running onto a football stadium when I was playing in college and playing in the NFL, especially in college. When you're at the University of Florida, you come to that tunnel and you're getting ready to run out on that field in front of 90,000 people and they're going crazy up in there. Let me tell you something, man. I'm telling you, outside of God and my family, I'm telling you, it ain't nothing else like that until I got to financial freedom. That's the only thing rivals it. Like I said, outside of God and outside of my family, the only thing that comes close to the feeling that I got when I was in college coming out of that tunnel in front of 90,000 people is this financial freedom thing. That's the only thing. I come out here sometimes, guys, I get goosebumps. Right? I get chill bumps, goosebumps, whatever they call them. I get them. I just walk out here and I get them. Boom. It's like, damn. You're out here just doing what you want to do. You paid the financial price and now you get to reap the rewards. See, you got to sow something before you can reap something. You do know that, right? You don't just reap without sowing. You got to sow first and then you reap. You got to plant something. You got to water it and then you get a tree and then you get the fruit. That's it, guys. You got to sow something before you reap. And in my situation, the sowing was taking that income and putting it into something. That's that sowing. I just sowed, watered it. And then over time, man, it grew into this big old magnificent fruit tree. And now I'm able to live off the fruit. The work's done. The tree is there. It ain't going nowhere. Now I just get the fruit. Wouldn't it be nice, man, if you you could sow something today and then reap a big harvest tomorrow. Wouldn't that be amazing? I'm here to tell you guys you can. I'm here to tell you you can get a seat on that rocket ship to freedom. I'm here to tell you you can have more time, more freedom, and more choices in your life. I'm here to tell you you can have all of that. I'm here to tell you you don't never have to worry about money again. You just gotta sow something. You gotta start sowing right now so that you can reap something later. I started sowing 25 years ago, little bit by little bit, $150 every 2 weeks. I started sowing. And then guess what? Before I knew it, I started to see some growth. I started to see that little tree started growing. It was a little small one. Still small, but it was growing. I'm like, oh my goodness. Let me keep watering this thing. Let me keep putting this money in these investments. I'm gonna keep watering this little tree. I done planted the seed. Now I'm just gonna keep watering it. Let's see if it'll grow and become a big old gigantic mature tree with a bunch of fruit on it. Let's see. Let me keep on watering that seed, that little baby tree that's coming up. And that's what I kept doing. I kept doing that. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat for years. But guess what? Now I got the big old mature tree. And the big old mature tree bears a lot of fruit. Yeah, I sowed a lot, but now I get to reap a lot. But I don't reap anything without sowing. So here's the thing, guys. Wealth transfer blueprint. Follow it. Adapt it. Use it. Execute it. Give yourself 10 years. Some of you might need to do it for 20. I don't know what, that depends on the individual. Some people can do this wealth transfer blueprint for 3 years and be done. Some may have to do it for 20 years. That's up to you. It's the more income you make and the more income you invest will determine how fast you get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Or how fast your seed turns itself into a little tree, and that little tree turns itself into a big old oak or a big old fruit tree, right? Just depends. The more you water it, the more you take care of it, the faster it grows, right? So that's up to you. However fast you want to get to your financial freedom, you can get there, but you got to be willing to do what? Earn. Keep what you earn, and then invest what you keep. And that's where that wealth transfer blueprint comes into play. You at least have something to follow. You can copy my plan or create your own plan. Pretty simple. The hard part for most people is it's hard for them to get themselves out of the matrix because they've been taught since they were kids, babies, that you're supposed to just stay in debt. It's a normal thing to be in debt to your eyeballs. That's normal. But I'm here to tell you guys it's not normal. Not if you want to get the financial freedom. You got to change that. You got to change that and put your antennas in a direction of freedom. Take your antennas off of debt and liabilities, being a consumer, and you got to take your antennas, AKA filter system, you got to take them antennas and point them towards investor, wealth, assets. If you do that, you give yourself a chance. Well, guys, let me give you a quick update for some of y'all that care. I'm going to give you a quick update on the Prime Real Estate Fund. Prime Real Estate Fund is a fund that I introduced to you guys late last year. And the concept was we would pull together money from investors and we would buy 1 to 4 family residential real estate in the best locations we could afford. And we would pay cash for them. And Boulder, Colorado and Southwest Florida are the 2 markets that we're going to start piloting this real estate fund. We're going to start buying real estate in these two markets. Why? Because these are the two markets I know the best, especially Southwest Florida, because I've lived here all my life. I know this market really well. And I've had a chance to acquaint myself with Boulder, Colorado, and the surrounding areas. Went there 4 times last year. I plan on going about 10 times this year, just to continue to understand the lay of the land, meet with some real estate people there. As this fund develops itself and I can get it formalized, we'll start collecting money from investors, and then we'll start buying real estate, 1 to 4 family dwellings in great neighborhoods that people have a desire to live. So that's the prime real estate fund. And the purpose of it is, like I said, to offer a way to my subscribers and any other people, investors, people who have taken themselves out of the consumer debt liabilities and they're transitioning themselves to investors, assets, wealth. Those type of people, I wanted to give them the opportunity to have a portion of their portfolio dedicated to real estate, but them not necessarily have to manage the tenants and the toilets. So I thought about, let's start this fund, the Prime Real Estate Fund. Why do I call it Prime? Because I want to buy the best real estate that I can buy in the best locations. And normally when you buy the best real estate, they call it prime real estate because it's the best. That's what we want to buy. That's why it's called Prime Real Estate Fund. So over the last several months, I've been trying to get this thing up and running, not really even up and running, just get it formed, right? But see, anytime you're offering something like this to the general public, you have to jump through some certain legal hoops to make sure you get a stamp that, yeah, this is legal, you can do this, you can take money from folks, we got you vetted, here's the offering documents, etc. You got to get all that stuff approved before you can move forward anything like this. It ain't me just saying, hey guys, I'm getting ready to buy a piece of real estate here in Fort Myers. Hey, anybody want to go in with me? Come on, go in with me. It's different than that. You're talking about an actual investment fund. So anytime you use that word investment fund in the same sentence, there's some hoops you got to jump through. So that's what I've been trying to do, jump through those hoops, and it's taken a while. Hopefully by the end of May, it'll be done. That's the game plan. That could change. I'm hoping it don't, but it could. And if it does change, I'll let you guys know. But for now, that's the new date. I know I wanted it to be done by March 31st, but that's not going to happen. So I'm thinking May 31st, 2024. Hopefully we'll have this thing buttoned down and ready to get the offering documents out. I got a list of, I don't know, maybe 250 people right now who have emailed me, who have DM'd me on Instagram, and they've told me, hey man, we want to be a part of this Prime Real Estate Fund. We want to get some additional information once you get it formed. Send us the offering documents, which is that's all I'm looking for. No one has sent me any money. I've not asked anybody for anybody. No, I'm not going to do any of that kind of stuff until we got this thing ready to go and we're ready to buy real estate. Then we'll go ahead and send the offering documents out. And then each individual who gets the offering documents can decide if it's something that they want to participate in. Now, here's how we want to do this thing. We want to buy these properties and keep them a minimum of 3 to 5 years. And while we hold the properties that minimum of 3 to 5 years, certainly we'll get rental income. And that rental income will be revenue. Now, we'll have certain expenses associated with that revenue because we're going to have a professional management company manage these properties. I'm not going to be the one managing them, guys. We'll have a professional management company do that. So that's a cost associated with it, right? Obviously, we'll have to reserve for repair and maintenance because as you buy these properties, people live in them, they wear down. So you'll have maintenance, ongoing maintenance to kind of upkeep the house. So we will also be putting reserves aside every single month for that. And then obviously we'd like to be able to pay out dividends, right, on a quarterly basis. So on a quarterly basis, whatever your ownership of this prime real estate fund is, then if we got profit, which I plan on having profit, we'll be able to do dividends for the shareholders. And then obviously the goal is to hold these properties 3 to 5 years, and then you also have an appreciation event or an exit event. Let's say we have a property that we bought and we held it 5 years. It's appreciated. It has compounded 50%. Let's say we bought the property for $500,000 and it appreciated 50% over a 5-year period. Now it's worth $750,000. Then when we sell that, then obviously based on your ownership percentage of the fund, you will participate in capital gain on that exit. Now, I'm just throwing that figure out. I plan on having properties. I plan on having $20 to $30 million worth of properties to begin with. Now, those properties will vary in price depending upon where you're buying, but the whole portfolio itself, hopefully we can turn in 3 to 5 years. And we may have to have some properties longer, but the goal is to turn that $20 to $30 million in properties every 5 years, right? So if that's something you're interested in, drop me an email. My email address is down in the description box. Again, I'm just taking interest right now. Whoever emails me and says, hey, Richard, add my name to the interest list, that's what I do. I don't ask you for no money. I don't do any of that. I just say, okay, gotcha, perfect. Got you on the interest list. So when I get this thing formed, you'll be one of the ones we blast out the offering documents to. So just be prepared for that. And like I said, May 31st, hopefully will be the date we're ready to go. But we got to get this thing formalized. And again, I'm doing all that myself. And I'm okay with that, right? Because again, this is not about me. This is not my fund. This will be the investors. It'll be their fund. I'll be one of the investors. Clearly, I'll be a general partner and the investors will be, we're hoping, limited partners. If we can use that structure, that's what we're working through now. But if we can use that structure, I'll be the general partner. And the reason you want to have a general partner is you don't want to have to send something to 100, 200, 300,000 people to get approval on anything. You want to be able to move quickly and swiftly when you're buying properties, because you might be in a competitive situation where other people are making offers and you can't wait for 2,000 people to say, yes, sir, let's go. You got to just make a move. So you do need a general partner and limited partners. Now, limited partners will have their, they'll have their rights, and the general partner will have his or her rights. We're not going to go into all that today, but that's in essence how we're trying to get this thing set up. So there's your update on the prime real estate fund. Still working on this thing, but I'd rather take our time and get it right than to try to rush something and not have all the T's crossed and the I's dotted, and then all of a sudden somebody says, oh, this ain't right. Yep, and then I got to halt everything and retrack everything and start again. I don't want to do that. I just rather take my time, get it right, and once we do, we'll let you guys know, and we'll go live, like I said, with the offering documents. Give you guys a little quick update on the website. I talked about this website probably at the end of last year, and that's what my daughters, two of my older daughters, are working on with me, is this website. We're going to put this website together where we're going to do some digital products. We're going to be offering things like credit repair, not where we're doing the credit repair. It's more of a self-based, self-taught credit repair. It's not us saying, okay, send me $150 or send me $1,000 and I'm gonna clean your credit for you. No, we're gonna do it the old traditional way, where we just provide you information that you can walk through and take the necessary steps to start the credit repair process. That, in my opinion, is the best way for people to get their credit repaired and get it, not even really repaired, just get it to a point where they understand what mistakes they made, and then how to correct those mistakes. And then going forward, you don't fall in that trap again. So it's not this, oh, I'm gonna send you a couple $100 and I want you to get this item taken off. It ain't that. It's the old-fashioned traditional credit and credit repair is probably the wrong, repair is probably the wrong word. But it'll get you information that you can utilize to contact the three major bureaus to dispute things that are on your credit report. It'll teach you how to dispute them, and then it'll teach you what your rights are under the consumer. I think it's a Consumer Credit Reporting Act or Fair Credit Reporting Act. One of those. The Fair Credit Reporting Act. I think that's what it is. All of your rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. It'll help you collapse time frames so that you don't have to go out on the internet and do all the research. We'll do it for you and present you with a package or what we call an ebook that will tell you what necessary steps and give you the contact information of these bureaus. So what we do is we collapse time frames so you don't have to go out and do the research. It's already done for you. You pay a fee, you get the ebook, and then you can follow step by step to help get things started for you. We're going to do that for credit repair, for the lack of a better term. We're going to do that for a stock market investing 101. We're going to do real estate investing 101. We're going to do personal finance 101. And all of this stuff, guys, is geared towards people who are beginners, who never have had really any exposure to this, because that's most of the people that follow my channel. You know, most of the people that follow my channel are new at investing, or they're new at this financial literacy thing. So we want to have some ebooks and digital products on our website where, guess what? We'll be able to offer that to you so you can start educating yourself and getting yourself in order financially to build this wealth that you want to build to get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Also, what we're going to be doing is a weekly members only session. And in that session, we'll be talking about wealth. We'll be talking about the levels of wealth, the 5 levels of wealth, the 5 pillars of financial prosperity, but in depth. We'll be going through examples of real estate deals, running the cash flow, and dissecting whether the deal makes sense or not. We'll be talking about the stock market, but from a beginner standpoint, not from a standpoint where we're trying to do analytical charts and things like that. We don't need to do that. I've already told you guys that. You don't need to know all of that. But what we want to do is take a look at the basic information you need to know. What are stocks? What are ETFs? What are mutual funds? What are index funds? What are bonds? The different types of bonds, that kind of stuff. Right? Not this, oh, I'm going to go out here and be the expert and pick all my stocks myself. We're not teaching that, because you don't win at that game. You ain't going to win at that game. But what we want to give you is that basic information through ebooks. And then again, we're going to be doing that member only every single week. We'll be doing this call. And this is not going to be anything that I'm going to do on YouTube. I'm not going to do it on any other social media. It's going to be done through the website. And that way we'll have a select few of us, right? Because everybody ain't going to want to do that. That's okay. Only people I want in that membership only are people who are saying, you know something, I'm trying to get to this pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I need to get there. I need to get there. I need weekly strategy sessions where we're going to all be on that call together, taking questions, solving problems, etc. So that's going to be one of the key things on the website. And we're going to do that soon. The website is, like I said, it'll be up in March. My daughters are putting the last finishing touches on it. I got one of my daughters is responsible for the website, the e-commerce and all that stuff. And I got another one of my daughters. She's going to be responsible for helping me put together the ebooks. So it's a good combination. I want to do some with my daughters to pass on some of my knowledge so that they can do what? Pass on knowledge to their children. And then their children can do what? Pass on knowledge to their children. And guess what we do? We create generational wealth that way. That's how you create generational wealth. You pass it on, right? You pass it on, but you got to also pass on the knowledge. You can't just pass money to people and they don't know how to operate with the money. You got to pass on knowledge and you got to pass on money, right? Or assets. So that's what I'm doing with my daughters, and I'm real excited about it. They're excited about it. And I think you guys will be excited about the website, because I've been getting people asking me all the time about a website or products. And again, this ain't going to be some bait and switch where we're trying to fleece you and sell you every little thing. No, this is stuff people have been asking for. They've been asking for it. And everybody's been asking for the membership only thing where, hey man, let's just do. And I said, okay, let's try it. Right? Let's try it. Because here's the thing, man. One thing you don't want to do is have all your eggs in one basket. And right now, all my eggs are in one basket when it comes to the folks that I talk to every day. And it's the YouTube basket. And don't get me wrong, I love YouTube. It's a great platform. But if something happened and YouTube decided to just delete me, I lose access to you guys. So I got to build some type of platform myself that you guys know where I'm at, just in case I do get deleted. See what they did to me to Instagram. They just took 90,000 subscribers and just disabled my channel, wouldn't let me do it. I had to create a new channel. So that's what I'm trying to protect against. I'm trying to be able to have you guys have access to me through this website. And that's where we can have a gathering. I'll still be doing all my content on YouTube, but you guys also be able to find me on my website. That's important, especially for longevity, for me at least. Because at some point, I may not want to do YouTube videos. I may just want to concentrate on the website. And just, that's where you find me at some point down the road. So that's the reason the website is important. That's why I'm building it. That's why I got my daughters helping me. Because why? They're my daughters. Why would I build it with somebody else? I wouldn't do that. I'm going to build this for my daughters. So even when I'm gone, they'll still have this business. That's how we create legacy. That's how we create freedom for our family. But see, I'm not just giving them something. They're going to participate. They're going to participate and build this thing right alongside me. So guess what? If something does happen to me, they will appreciate it. When you just give people stuff, guys, and they have no appreciation for it, they don't know the blood, sweat, and tears that went into it to create this, they're not going to be good stewards of it in many cases. They won't be good stewards of it. So if you want to give your kids something, give them hard work, give them knowledge, let them get out there and create something on their own first, or let them help you create something. That way they can know appreciation, right? They'll know appreciation. So that's where we're at, guys, on the Prime Real Estate Fund. That's where we're at on the website. You guys already know about the wealth transfer blueprint. Well on my way on that. Dollar cost averaging in. If you want that wealth transfer blueprint, all you got to do is email me and say, Richard, send me the wealth transfer blueprint, and I'll send you the video that contains that whole blueprint. And you guys can go ahead and copy my plan or create your own. Like I said, if you want up to 15 free stocks from Moo, then you got to click on that link down in the description box, open up that Moo account today, go get that free stock, go get that free money. Remember, that's the brokerage app I'm using this year in 2024 and beyond to execute my trades and buying paper assets. So if you want to rock with me, use the same one I use, you're more than welcome to, or go use whoever you want to use, guys. Don't let that stop you. If you don't want to use Moo, don't. Go use somebody else. The key, though, is you got to build wealth. And the key is if you got questions on doing this stuff on a particular app, obviously I can't answer any of your questions if you're not using Moo. So if you're using Moo, I can answer your questions. If you're not using Moo, then you need to go to whoever brokerage app you're using. Because I got an email, why can't I use Fidelity? You can go to use Fidelity, but when you get stuck between a rock and a hard place, go call Fidelity. That's all. Don't call me. I don't know nothing about Fidelity. That's all I'm saying. And fair is fair, right? I can't answer no questions for somebody that don't use what I use. I don't know nothing about Fidelity. I don't know nothing about Robinhood. I don't know nothing about Charles Schwab. Why would I answer questions about something I don't know nothing about? It's like I told y'all yesterday, I got an email from hey, my broker, I don't know anything about that. Go talk to your broker. I don't know nothing about that. All I know is what I tell y'all on this YouTube channel. That's all I know. So if you want to rock with me and have a brokerage app that you can email me and ask me questions about if you get stuck between a rock and a hard place and you don't know what you're doing, I can help you out. If not, you're on your own, but you can still build wealth. You're just going to have to call whoever you got your brokerage account with, right? That's all. No big deal. I just want to keep it 100 with you. I want to keep it 100. I'm not here to give you a fish. I'm here to teach you how to fish. So if you want to learn how to fish so you can feed yourself for a lifetime, if you want to learn how to invest so you can build wealth and get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, you're at the right place. But I just want to be realistic and honest with you, right? I'm about teaching, not about just giving information or hand-holding people. I'm not about that. I'm about teaching and walking people through the necessary steps that they're going to take both mentally and monetarily to get the wealth. Because you're going to give both. You're going to give something mental and you're going to need some money. Those two things you're going to need if you want to get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And I know a lot of y'all want to get to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, right? So if you do the necessary things you need to do. 2 videos I told you I want you guys to go check out. Go back on my live streams and I want you to look at 5 pillars of financial prosperity. That's number 1. I just did that one this morning. It's out there on the YouTube channel. The second one I want you to go look at is 5 levels of wealth. These 2 pieces of information, guys, are critical for your mental. They're critical for your mental to transition yourself from being a consumer where you only got debt and liabilities over here to being an investor where you have assets and wealth. Those 2 videos help you get there because they set the stage. They set the tempo. Richard, what do I need to do? They tell you what to do. How do I need to have my financial house in order? They tell you how to have your financial house in order. But if you're not willing to invest in yourself and take 15 or 20 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour or 2 hours and listen to these videos, you got to ask yourself, am I really trying to get the wealth or am I just lying to myself? That's a small price to pay. A couple hours worth of viewing and writing stuff down so you can have a really nice plan to walk yourself through so you can get your seat on this rocket ship. So you can plant your seed and at some point reap the harvest. See, you can sow that seed and at some point reap that harvest, reap that reward, reap that lifestyle. You don't get that unless you pay the price. Got to pay the financial price in order to get that, guys. And I know many of you are ready and willing to pay that price. But I want to make sure I can collapse some time frame for you. Instead of you going out on the internet trying to figure out all this stuff, just go look at those 2 videos. It gives you everything you need to know. And then get that 3rd video, which is the 3 wealth transfer assets that I'm buying. Those 3 videos right there, guys, change your life. If you follow them, they'll change your life. They will change your life for the better if you follow them. Those 3 videos. And if you're not sure, send me an email. I will give you all 3 links. And all you got to do is sit down, get your piece of paper, get your pencil or pen, and be ready to write these things down. Because, see, I ain't babysitting you putting all this stuff on the screen. I ain't doing all that. No. If you're serious about changing your financial situation and you're serious about learning how to fish, you'll write them down. You'll get your piece of paper and pencil and write them down, right? If you're serious. Send me that email down in the description box is my email address. Hey, Richard, give me them 3 videos. I need them 3 videos. I'm ready. I'm ready to learn how to fish. All right? I'm ready to start sowing my seeds so I can reap my harvest down the road. I'm ready to sow them seeds. I want a big old beautiful fruit tree full of fruit, full of assets. It's the only way you get it, guys. So drop that down, go down in that description box and get that email address and send me an email. And like I said, if you're interested in that prime real estate fund, do the same thing. Send me an email on the prime real estate fund. Once I get the website ready, you ain't even got to send me nothing on that because it's going to be on every video. I'm going to talk about it in every video. Y'all know how I roll. I'm going to talk about it in every video. So you will know when the website's ready. Don't even worry about that one. But the prime real estate fund and them other 3 videos I explained to you, I do need you to send me an email if you're interested in getting that content. All right? Well, guys, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to get on out of here. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my afternoon and get ready for tomorrow because y'all know I'll be back tomorrow morning with another live stream. I'm going to probably be a little later tomorrow because I got a one-on-one call with one of my subscribers, and it's at 8:15 a.m. Eastern time. Now, check this out. This brother is on the West Coast. So he's taking his call at 5:15 a.m. in the morning. Y'all tell me this brother ain't trying to sow his seeds. He trying to sow his seeds. This brother getting up super duper early. He trying to get that knowledge in so he can do what? Sow his seeds so he can reap his harvest. Come on, man. This is what you got to do. See, he don't want to get up at 5:15 a.m., but guess what? We don't have to want to get up. It ain't about what we want. It's about what we got to do in order to get to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So I will be on the live a little later because once I finish with him, which will be 8:15 my time, it'll be about 9:15, 9:30. Then I got to go out and do what? Get that health in. I got to get out and get these 4 miles in. I got to get these 4 miles in so I can keep the temple in tip-top shape because I got a lot of living to do. I'm finna double my net worth over these next 10 years. I'm gonna be about 65 years old in 10 years. And I got whole nother life I'm getting ready to live once I get to 65, guys. A whole nother life beyond this. So I gotta have the temple in absolutely tip-top shape. So when I get to be 65, I can get out here and travel the world. Because that's the last leg. That's the last thing on the bucket list. That's the last thing on the bucket list is to travel the world. But I got 10 years before I can do it. So guess what? I got to get out and get them 4 miles in at least 5 days a week to keep the temple strong, to keep the temple functioning, to ward off all this crazy stuff that's happening, right? So after I get back from the 4 mile walk, then I'll come in, get a little breakfast, and I'll start the live stream. That'll probably be around 11 o'clock. So if you guys are interested in the live stream tomorrow, have yourself available somewhere at about 11 o'clock Eastern time. Now, again, all of my live streams will flip over into a video format. So if you can't make it, you can still get the video format, right? But try to make it. It will be nice to have you on the live stream. The more, the merrier. Well, guys, I appreciate you rocking with me. Y'all go ahead and have a rest of a good Sunday. And I'm going to catch up with you guys on the next video. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.